This week I had lunch with Bobby Pierson from the court system. Bobby is the alternative dispute resolution coordinator for the Ninth District in New York State. And he asked me excellent questions concerning collaborative law. And we also talked about his involvement in the court system and developing alternative dispute resolution in the system throughout the Ninth District, which includes Westchester, Rockland, Orange, Dutchess, and Putnam counties. So he's got quite an area to drive to get to the different courthouses. My name's Ken Novenstern, and this video is really about the intangibles associated with collaborative law and collaborative divorce. And in thinking about my conversation with Bobby, it made me realize that there are elements of the structure to collaborative law which are very important in building confidence for the parties to go through the collaborative law process. And I think about the collaborative participation agreement and the structure in the participation agreement that helps us build walls or a way of doing the process so that when people are going through the process, they can see what's going on. They can get a sense of how this process will proceed and how it will work. Another part of the participation agreement that is important is the disqualification provision, meaning that if the attorneys at some point down the road are no longer representing the parties, in other words, if the collaborative process breaks down, neither attorney can represent the parties in a litigation. And again, this is a way of giving confidence to the parties because they know that the attorneys who are sitting around the table and that, to some extent, they're allowing themselves to be vulnerable in front of are not going to be sitting there questioning them at a deposition or a trial 6 months or a year down the road. So it's an important component of giving people confidence in the system. The other part that I think people can see as they go through the process is the way we as collaborative professionals network and develop and build upon relationships with each other. And, it's our organization, the New York Association of Collaborative Professionals, does in excess of 50 trainings every year. So we are sitting together on Zoom or we're sitting together in conference rooms, attorneys, mental health professionals, financial neutrals, and you get to know each other and you get to develop relationships with people. And so that comes out in the process where people see us working together hand in glove, helping them come up with options and alternatives to address their interests and concerns. So all of this comes together to make collaborative law a very worthwhile process, which I highly recommend. And if you have questions concerning collaborative law or collaborative divorce, please reach out to me, Ken Novenstern, Fredman, Baken, and Novenstern, LLP.